Welcome to my video highlighting the installation of the Hellwig Frame FX kit on a 1970 GTO frame. This video outlines the basic steps that go into installing the Frame FX kit, but is by no means meant to be a step-by-step installation guide. It features Abercrombie as the brains working the welder, Tom as the brawn working the grinder, and me, Andrew, as the mostly worthless idiot working the camera. Enjoy! In order to get started, Tom is going to remove the center support from the stock frame. Here he's grinding the stock weld so the center support can be easily broken off.
Nice.
Perfect. Once the weld is cleaned up, we could move to the other side. We mark the frame to guide the next cut. The cut on the driver's side is copied on the passenger side. Back on the driver's side, the frame rail is being ground in order to fit a new side plate.
Good to me.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
It says it's going to be too high, but by the time you put a bead in there,
It'll be all flush.
it'll be all flush. I'm gonna do that just like
With the magic of video editing, we are going to jump ahead and show you the extra body mount that gets attached to the new side plates. This process took hours and it required the installation of the body back on the frame. This extra body mount is an integral part of the Hellwig Frame FX kit and contributes to the final frame having double the stiffness of the stock frame. Now that you have seen the extra body mount, let's get back to boxing the stock frame. Before we can begin, a brace must be temporarily added in order to keep the frame stable during the welding process. Here you see our brains, Abercrombie, tacking the lower rear plate on the passenger side, while Tom is being as useful as I am. After the lower passenger side plate is stacked in place, the upper plate can now be fitted. Clamps are used to close the gap between the top plate and the original frame. Tom manages to be more useful and is keeping the frame from floating away and being an excellent MIG torch holder. I, however, remain completely unhelpful. The first real triumph of the day came after the passenger rear section of the frame was fully tacked in place. This thing is really starting to come together. After the passenger rear portion was wrapped up, it was time to move to the driver's side. With the lower plate already in place, the top plate is being tacked and the clamps are being used to close the gap. Tom is working the clamps with expert precision, and I'm still mostly useless. Having completed both sides of the rear portion, it was time to move to the passenger lower front section of the frame. This is that plate already tacked in place. Tom works the grinder as swiftly as Jamie Lannister wields a sword to make sure that the frame is clean for welding. It turns out that using 3 clamps to close the gap on the top plate is even more effective than using 3 swords in a battle. Money. No, I'd tell you the truth. If it was starting to look like shit, I'd tell you. We're on the home stretch now, and the driver's side top panel is the last one to be tacked in place. there you have it, the Hellwig Frame FX kit fully tacked in place. It still needs to be fully welded, but that will give Tom the opportunity to hone his welding skills. If you found this video helpful, useful, or even slightly funny, please subscribe to my channel and share this video freely.